So today we'll be covering how to start playing guitar fingerstyle. If this is your first time on this channel, welcome. This is the Bearded Guitarist. If you haven't done it yet, make sure to subscribe to this channel to keep up with all the upcoming videos, and also follow me on Instagram where I post other content as well. In this channel I post a lot of videos of fingerstyle guitar. I also have a series on R&B acoustic guitar, so if you want you can check that out as well. And very often I get asked, how do I get started playing fingerstyle? So whether you've been playing electric guitar all your life, or if you just started playing acoustic guitar and so far you only covered a few songs, maybe played with strumming, today we'll be learning two exercises that hopefully will help you get started playing guitar fingerstyle. It is important to say that when you play guitar fingerstyle, you might play different techniques, okay? You might play single strings or you might pluck more strings at the same time. Now let's get started with the first exercise covering single string arpeggios. So basically arpeggios is when you pinch single strings with your right hand. So I can start with an arpeggio like this. Okay, so what am I playing if I play something like this? First thing first, what shape am I playing on the left hand? I'm just playing an E minor chord, but I'm playing this in a spread voice in triad. Now, this is not the right video to cover that as well, but I just want to say that you are playing all of the notes of an E minor, but one of them has been moved one octave higher. And in this way, you can just use one finger on the 7th fret of the A string, then 9th of the D, and then 8th of the B, leaving the open G ringing. So basically, there is no bar involved here. It's gonna be just one finger per string involving one open string, which will be basically a common voice throughout the entire arrangement of this exercise, so you can find this open string even in the next chords that I'm going to show you. Now once you get this position with the right hand, all you want to do is basically pinching with your fingers thumb, index, middle and ring. So you are using one finger per string, starting from the string where you find the root note, so basically the A string, okay? So you will be playing A string, D string, G, B, okay, as, you know, the order of the strings that you're going to play. You will play each string once, making sure that when you play the last string, you still hear the previous strings ringing, okay? Then you will be moving to another chord, which is D major. Similar shape, still a spread voice in triad, and you basically use frets 5, 7 and 7 with the open G in the middle. Obviously this becomes, you know, another 11 chord, but this doesn't matter for the sake of this practice. We just want to have an open G in between these chords. And then you'll be moving to C, so fret 3, 5 and 5, playing exactly the same strings. So we are already learning that we usually play the bass note, which is most of the times the root note, with the thumb, and we use index, middle and ring finger for the other strings that we want to play. We never use the pinky, okay? Are there exceptions? Yes, there are other exceptions, and there are sometimes different techniques which involve a different amount of fingers on the right hand, but to get started, this is a good point to learn something closer to the classical guitar arpeggios, where you pinch a single string with single fingers of the right hand. So far the exercise could sound like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if instead you already know how to play arpeggios like this, then you can start applying stuff like, you know, a slide in between the C and the D, maybe separating the bass note and the upper part before you slide, and then you start again. So if I do so, the exercise becomes already slightly more difficult, like, and now. We can add a second part to this exercise. We can go to a B minor, which will have the same shape as the E minor, but the frets will be frets 2, 4 and 3. And you'll be playing now a second arpeggio pattern involving 8th notes rather than 4. And this will be thumb, index, middle, index for the first half, then ring finger, middle, index, middle. The strings involved are the 5th, 4th, 3rd, 4th, then you go to the 2nd and you play 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and then 3rd again, okay? So that's the B minor. Okay, then you go to an A minor 7, which is the same as an A minor, but lifting the 2nd finger, and you play the same 8th note arpeggio. And I would like you to finish this exercise on a G, in particular on a G add 9, so you will only need the middle finger on fret 3 of the 6th string and ring finger on fret 3 of the B, and then the first finger is adding the 9th, so it's playing the 2nd fret on the G string. So this is the only chord where we don't have the open G string, because we already have a G here, and it would be you know, too much if we add another G here. So here the pattern is still an 8th note pattern, and it becomes 6th, 4th, 3rd, 4th string, then 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 3rd. Okay, same fingers. So if I play all together this exercise, which is the first exercise I would suggest you to use to get started playing guitar fingerstyle, already having something nice to noodle around with, it's gonna be something like this. Obviously, feel free to remove the slide that I played the first time if you're not comfortable with this first, and just get started with the simple version, you know, with 4 notes over the first 3 chords. As well as if you are already comfortable with this exercise, maybe try to mess around adding the 8th note pattern even in the first half, maybe getting, you know, this kind of pattern even on the first 3 chords if you like it better. I also used the open E string as the root of this E minor, just to sound a little lower, but you know, it's completely up to you. The goal is to just get started playing fingerstyle and maybe create your own exercise to noodle around these nice chords. Now, the second exercise that you can start practicing involves 3 very easy chords: E minor, C, and then a D, which is a D add 11. It's basically a C that you move 2 frets forward. So these are chords that, you know, even beginners can play on acoustic guitar. But we'll be using them playing basically another technique, which is the plucking of all of the strings together with percussions. So the exercise will be something like... Okay, so nice and easy, but already very groovy. So you can start with this exercise, getting the percussions in the right place and getting, you know, used to play the strings all together, plucking them all together. So when I play an E minor, all I'm doing is plucking the strings 6, 4, 3, and 2 simultaneously. Okay, on the beat 1. Then I play my percussion on the beat 2. How do you play the percussion? I personally do a lot of, you know, slaps with my thumb, but you can even use all of your hand. That's completely up to you. After this percussion, you're gonna play a little mix of arpeggios and plucking together, because you'll be playing the strings 6 and 4 separately, like 2 single sounds, thumb and index, and then the strings 3 and 2 with ring finger and middle finger together, like, okay? Before you hit your second percussion on the beat number 4, because in modern music the percussions will always be on the beats 2 and 4, like the snare of the drum kit. Now, if I play this together, it will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, I'll do it even slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then I'll be moving to C. Here I play something even easier. I just pluck 4 strings simultaneously, still starting from the root note on the 5th string. So this will be strings 5, 4, 3, 2. I pluck them together. Percussion. I move 2 frets forward to this new shape, which is the D basically in C shape, and I play the same thing before I hit another percussion. What I like to do is playing this D as an anticipation on the offbeat number 2. What does it mean? That I just count it as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. before I hit the percussion on 4, the place where I play the D is the end number 2 rather than the downbeat number 3. Okay, it sounds a little bit more groovy to me. Like 1 and 2 and, when I say end, I play that. If I put all together, the second exercise you can use to get started playing guitar fingerstyle sounds this way. Okay, when you are comfortable with this, you can even, mix the two patterns and maybe use the same simple pattern that you play on the C and the D with the plucking, even on the E minor, avoiding mixing up with arpeggios and just play. One and two and three, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That's up to you. As well as after a few times you play it, maybe you want to add something different to spice it up. You can play maybe, harmonics, like here on the 7th fret and playing the bottom 3 strings, because you're already around here with your left hand, so you can easily reach the 7th fret, play some harmonics if you already know how to play them, and then just finish on an E minor, which I usually play upside down, from the high end to the low end, and I do this E minor add 9 with frets 2, 4 and 3 here. Okay, it just sounds nice to me as an ending. So if I play this all together, it sounds this way. Okay, so these are just 2 easy exercises that you can play to get started playing guitar fingerstyle, especially if you've been playing electric guitar or especially if you've been playing strumming on the acoustic guitar. These are 2 nice exercises to get started and already practice different techniques like the arpeggios, the plucking and the percussions as well. Alright, so let me know guys what you think about this lesson and if you'd like to see more of these acoustic fingerstyle lessons on this channel. If you haven't done it yet, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to get notified when I release my next videos. Also, you can follow me on Instagram where I post other content. And if you have any questions about these patterns that I played, make sure to leave them in the comment box below. If you enjoyed this video, like it and share it as well. Thanks for watching this video guys. This was the Bearded Guitarist. I'll be seeing you next week.